Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Laki. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, and double honors to the elder apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well through the Spirit. And a mighty shalom to the hopeful elect in the same Spirit, teaching His word and believing His word, Lord willing, as a whole that y'all continue in sound doctrine. Shalom to the Akwaf, the sisters of His faith and His truth. Lord willing that you continue to pursue your lot, which is being a loving and silent and virtuous wife. And Lord willing, Yahweh Shema Shai has mercy on the other brothers and sisters that's not in the faith. You see, the title of this lesson, Lord willing, this will, be quick and straight to the point. Mercy on the other brothers. Yeah, Lord willing, this will be quick, straight to the point. A lot of y'all look over slavery. Salaki, I gotta fix that. A lot of y'all look over slavery, but this was a worse time for us. And I'm not just only speaking about the African Americans or the Jamaicans or Haitians or Puerto Ricans. I'm speaking about all the 12 tribes. Even the Northern Kingdom, being slaughtered the way that they was before the Southern Kingdom came over here by the Europeans. This is inspired by the brother in Great Millstone, YouTube channel GMS in Rome, Lions on Fire. And he did a lesson and it was called, How Old Was This Israelite Boy in a Cotton Field?
Enslaved children was extremely difficult, and their experiences were marked by hard work and deprivation. A typical day for an enslaved child might begin before dawn, when they were awakened by the slave owner or overseer in charge of their work. They would quickly eat a simple breakfast, often consisting of cornbread or grits, before heading out to the fields to begin their work. In agricultural work, enslaved children were often tasked with picking cotton, tobacco, or other crops. For enslaved children who worked in domestic labor, their days were spent cooking, cleaning, and caring for the children of their slave owners. Enslaved children were also subject to physical and emotional abuse from their slave owners and overseers. They were often whipped or beaten if they failed to meet their owners' expectations.
Now, we could keep on going with this point, but of course, because I'm on this little quick break, I don't want to, take away from, the scriptures coming out. But not just only the children, the women, the men, we all had to go through extreme type of afflictions. Of course, this was a consequence from Yahweh. Of course, Esau, he went way overboard. But for them to be that wicked, the Lord created them like that. For us, Jake, we should really be noticing who our enemies is. Slavery wasn't thousands of years ago. It was a few hundred years ago, recently. And all of that established what we in right now. All the cotton that's all around the cotton, what our forefathers, right, that was in that physical situation, the cotton that you see in shoes, clothes, that all stemmed from that. You, Jake, smoking cigarettes, right? The things that they had you doing, this is why you benefit on this side with the things that you have. Because without that affliction, how would you have the resources that we have on the side? Right? So, Yasharilla, you loss of identity in slavery. Right? The mercy of Yahweh Shema Shai restoring remembrance in the last days, but truly we lost our identity. And that goes with Revelations 11:8. You know, our dead bodies lying in the street. We were dead without the wisdom, knowledge, understanding. And this is why I said in a few videos, if we had the truth in that time, a lot of you, Jake, wouldn't say everybody can be saved. But the Lord chose the right time for this truth to come out, where it's multiple religions, because the Lord is separating the elect from those that are not. I learned from the apostles of Great Millstone. Right, I'm an affiliate, and I'm under the brother Zion in Buffalo, New York, Niagara Falls, which is, you know, the head brother in Buffalo in the Falls, the city I'm in. Me and my brothers were under Great Millstone, right? We don't watch or labor with any other congregation. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all the nations, whether Yahweh shall lead thee. Oh yeah, no, you good. It's okay to ask a question. So the curses caused Yasharella to lose their true name and heritage. Being called Black, African American, Hispanic, Native Americans, and extra are byword terms that replaced Israelites. Now we can get, let me see if we can get a few of them. Isaiah 65:15. Okay, that's good. You know, we in sound doctrine. Like Paul said, let there be no division amongst you. You know, you want to teach the same thing, right? And of course, you want to be able to see it. You know, we don't want to be a damn parrot, and just because they teaching this, I'm gonna teach it. No, you gotta search the scriptures and prove it even for yourself. But this Isaiah 65:15, ye shall leave your name for a curse unto my chosen, for Yahweh Shemashai shall slay thee and call his servants by other names, right? African American, Puerto Rican, Dominican, and Cuban. A lot of y'all don't believe in the 12 tribes chart. You know, some of y'all don't really understand Ezekiel 37, where it told them to make a stick and put the 12 tribes on that stick. And if you go back to the law, to the Torah, you understand that each head of the tribe had to have a stick in the tribe on it. Judah, Benjamin, and all the heads of those tribes had a stick. But Ezekiel 37, that was about the dry bones. Now that them dry bones are about to come into life and be a quickening spirit, you're going to make a stick, and it's going to have all the 12 tribes, which on this side, really dealing with Babylon, fulfilling Jeremiah 50, verse 33, or 50, I think 50, verse 33, where Israel and Judah shall be in captivity together. This is where that stick represents, you know. But the spirit bear witness for Jake that's scattered everywhere else. You know, they're going to know, you know, especially by this teaching, that they're the people of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. We got another one in 2nd Ezra, the 2nd chapter. You know, these is mysteries, and we just putting the puzzle together. This 2nd Ezra chapter 2 in verse 7. It says, let them be scattered abroad among the heathen. Let their names be put out of the earth, for they have despised my covenant, right? What is these names is speaking about? Judah, Benjamin, and Levi being called the Israelites, or the sons of God, the children of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. We're not called the children of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, right? You called morally niggas, spick, bitches, and hoes more than being called the children of the Lord. A lot of us forgot about slavery. Like, that was supposed to be a learning tip for you in this time. Like, dang, man, why did this happen to us? And now we're supposed to get closer to the Lord and worry about our people first before we even think about what another nation gonna get. You don't even know who you is, and we hurry up want to get salvation or the kingdom for another nation, and you don't even know who you is, right? So Baruch 2:30, it says, for I knew that they would not hear me, because it's a stiff-necked people, but in the land of their captivities they shall remember themselves. Now, even coming out slavery, not having rights, you had Black Wall Street, all those things, Jake start getting money and start doing the same thing they did in the Dark Ages. The more wealth you got, that didn't make you get closer to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. It made you get further away from him. The Lord knew that you wouldn't hear him. Why right now ain't not Jake coming together, multi-billionaires making their own Black Wall Street? And I'm specifically speaking about that. Own cities. Where Jake, we got a community, but where is Jake trying to push for our own stuff? Is everybody worried about their own selves? Right? Because that affliction in the past of Black Wall Street getting destroyed, the KKK and all that other stuff, that joint made you feel afraid in the spirit. This is why from each generation from Black Wall Street, nobody tried to make a new Black community. When they flood of certain cities or communities of Jake, right, and then made it a damn river, Jake, you got afraid, man. You know, and now you comfortable because now Esau giving you more money, you know? And is more people in wickedness that want to come together, but nobody is trying to come together to make the same mindset of Black Wall Street. Esau got you, but it was really the Heavenly Father, man. This truth is the only thing that's bringing us together, and it's not about all of us. It's about the elect. You know, with this doctrine, this truth is about exalting Yahweh Shem Shai. That's how we remember who we are. It says, even though we forgot who we were, Yahweh prophesied that in captivity we would eventually remember who we are. And what is that? That's mercy. The Lord is having mercy for you to know who you are. He could have just said, man, F it, you know? So that remembrance is happening now through the Rakakwadash, a sign of mercy. You know, Lord willing, me and the brother Yamai get to do a lesson together, right? The Lord's mercy is still there, man. The Lord's everlasting covenant is still there. He's going to fulfill all his promises. He's not slack concerning his promises. He's still merciful, which is compassion. Us having this truth is a form of compassion. What is it? 2 Timothy 1:9 in the NLT, the Lord didn't do this because we deserve it. It was his plan all along, man. We don't even deserve this. But the Lord set up the elect that are eventually going to turn back unto him. You know? So this is Psalms chapter 83, verse 3 and 4. It says, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation. So Esau was being crafty. The Lord was working with him, but it worked. We're not, they cut off the remembrance of being a nation, being Yasharallah, being the Most High's chosen people, that the name of Yasharallah may be no more in remembrance. They did a good job doing that. Because if we say we're the people, then now, oh, that's a hate. Oh, you think you better than everyone. But all other nations have their own either culture, or they say, hey, well, we gonna stick together. The Chinese want to stick with the Chinese. But soon as Jake say, oh, we got to be separated from all these other nations, it's more of a problem. Guess what? When y'all start coming into this light and this understanding, even those in the world, everything is going to be against you. We fucked up so much. You know, just because you ain't getting physically whooped by master, don't mean everything is handy dandy and okay with a napkin. It's obstacles around us. Now that you're able to make moves, make plays, have jobs, own shit, you still have to have that Rakakwadash to know bullshit. You know, you look in your wallet, you see $1, your oppressors is on there. Have you ever questioned that? Where is the money about, like, what was his name? Hakeem. He had his own face on his own money. Where's Jake with his own money? You got the Chinaman with his own, the Africa with his own. Jake, you're not even thinking anymore. You think about 6 figures, getting credit. Who created credit? Who created debt? When you paying a mortgage, you still paying. I'm about to buy land. You still paying taxes on land. But guess what? Say, oh, I ain't paying taxes on land. It's mine. But I bet you they could come and take it. Are you even thinking between the lines? Are you thinking outside the box? Or are you just fucking comfortable, man? You know? So the nations conspired to erase Israel's identity. which they really did good. This is why we needed Yahweh Shem Shai to put the spirit of life in us, that quickening spirit. This includes enslavement, renaming, religious indoctrination, right? Because they whitewashed us and they ain't even use soap. They ain't even use soap, right? It says stripping away the language and culture. You know, that's why, oh, hey, you don't fluently speak Hebrew, so, but I know the Heavenly Father and the Son's name. I know some of the Hebrew, right? That Hebrew, the Lord have given us that pure language. The number one thing in that in the Paleo Hebrew is his name. But if you have, the understanding, you're able to go into the homology of words and go back and get that Hebrew or that Greek, you know? But it's about, do you understand what's in the scriptures? Can you edify the sheep? You know, is your understanding lining up with the other men of the Lord? So Deuteronomy 28:68, a classic really for the southern kingdom. And Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt, a house of bondage, again with ships. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. Now, yes, we bring this out. This is a classic. But you have to really sit like this really happened. Like, this is not something old. This is something for us to remember, for you to have anger, righteous anger, that who your adversary is, but then be upset with yourself because we deserve this. Bullshitting, putting ourselves first instead of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, right? The relationship that you got, most men that's out this truth or in this truth don't got not one virgin. Oh man, you a mighty man in the spirit. But most of us men, we don't have no virgin, right? Your wife either got defiled, right? Guess what? If she in this faith, right, through her growing in the Lord, she got to look like, damn, man, I had to go through this man or these 3 men or 4 men thinking I was loved, and all the way then I come to you, and now I'm really loved. And not even saying love, I'm with a man of the Lord. I had to get defiled. Every day you're supposed to have that spiritual anger. Right? Because if a man is a man of the Lord, he should have the best of the best. You know, he should have a woman that hasn't been touched. That is the greatest gift over money, over a house. A house, you're going to work for, but to have a virgin when every woman is not a virgin? Oh, you speak about a woman being a virgin, but what about a man being a virgin? What? That's not the same, because it's more sacred when a woman is a virgin than a man. Like, what? Are you kidding me? Men were supposed to be fruitful and multiply, but you women were supposed to have one man. I don't care how many women cleave to that man. The order's gone, right? You gotta, because of the mindset of a woman, right? You can't tell the left what the right is doing, which is really obeying the Lord, and then she could be moving right in the Lord, but hurry up and just say, hey, look, hey, I'm building with this, or guess what? Those thoughts come in her mind that she said that she'd been working on. She hasn't really worked on it, because really, if it was the case, like some elders and men would say, she'd come across a woman and see how she is, and then be like, you know what? You don't got no head. I think it's no woman really doing that. The mind like Sarah. Hey, yo, go into her. We lost it. Your women, they are especially the Southern Kingdom, your hair not going past your shoulders. Some of you women got to get C-sections, laying on your damn back instead of squatting down the original way. You getting older, so then now you hitting an age, because in the ancient world, a man would have an older woman, but he'll still be attracted and get him a younger damsel, right? Because the more older you get, you start losing flavor. It's not saying you're not attractive, you're just not young, right? You think most older women has to do the most. They got to work on their metabolism. They got to work out, right? Because now your immune system is working backwards, being in this flesh. That's another affliction, you see, right? Teeth hurting, right? Certain type of health. You might have you might get hives, right? Skin might be breaking out. Speaking about the men, the women, you might have eczema, right? On this side, you got to deal with roaches, even though the Lord created them. The bed bugs, hey, the Lord created them, but that really stemmed from Esau. Sickness. Then you with an oppressor that's making this shit in the air. All of this is an affliction. Just because you're not physically getting whooped, right? Men or women standing up for 12, 14 hours. We was just talking about it in work. It's people that's retired and they coming back to work. It's not living. Then you like, I got talents, I want to do this, but now you know what the world is. You can't even pursue those talents. Some of us are saved by a bullet because you would have been swallowed up in this industry, being a damn fool or a damn bug out or on certain fucking drugs. You can't even pursue real happiness. The real happiness we get is in this truth. But every day you should see how fucked up we is, man. It's Jake walking and saying, "Oh, can I get $1?" and drunk as hell. Young crackheads. Where is jobs out here? But your check look like you didn't even do shit. Soon as you pay bills or you pass your bread around, you only got $200 in your pocket. Literally, we came from a physical affliction to where niggas can just walk around wherever they want, go into any building that they want to now, drink out of any water fountain that they want now. This is what you want your freedom to be. You think this is your kingdom, being low, borrowing from your oppressors, man. Just because I have spiritual anger, what we going to do about it? Seek Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. That's what we going to do. I'm not taking the kingdom until Yahweh Shai return and he put that spirit on me. Oh, man, y'all speak a whole bunch of action, but you ain't doing nothing. This is an action. Bringing Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai back in our lives. We can't do it. The Lord has to come to us because he has chosen us, right, as a nation. But you individually, if you come in this thing, he has chosen you. Like these Christians, they said, man, we choose the Lord. No, the heck you didn't. Because in slavery, why you didn't choose the Lord? If that's the case. No. Well, why didn't the truth come around that time? Because it wasn't the Lord's time to do that. We in his will, man. We in his story. So the transatlantic slave trade fulfilled this curse. Egypt, again, means bondage, right? Which is Exodus 20:2. That slavery was less than 500 years ago. Less than 500 years ago. Just a few generations, not ancient history. Like when you look at it, we've been in the hands of these Europeans on this side for 599 years. Right? All the way from the 1500s when the Caesar Borgia, when the Europeans started to get in power. Right? The Southern Kingdom and the Northern Kingdom. Even though the Southern Kingdom was over there, they was already about to make action in the whole earth. They start tearing up the Northern Kingdom. You got Indigenous Day now. Back then, when I was celebrating Thanksgiving, there was no Indigenous Day. All these things is mocking you. Sports mocking you. Then they got sports, or when sports going on, they're doing something in a political realm. Doing some type of sorcery, witchcraft, right? Where you just comfortable. I'm not comfortable, man. I do what I got to do because it builds my discipline, right? I got my household. I want more, right? Because what it does, it makes you go harder, right? Because the less you got, I know in the world, I'm always going to try to be a busybody, smoking weed. I'm around them. But when I got people that depend, oh man, is he leading me in the kingdom? In my mind, I'm believing without them saying something that they depend on me to go hard for the Lord because I can't depend on them. How they gonna pursue my salvation for me? How they gonna give me the understanding how to move as a man? And these is women. Right? So the more that I have on my plate, the more harder I go. Yes, and it brings the stress. It might bring the gray hair. That's probably why my beard grew. Right? The more a man have on his plate, it makes him go harder. This is bigger than myself. Because when you by yourself, right, you start puffing up. Oh man, I did this, I did that. Even if I did, I cannot do none of this shit without Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. None of us, man. Right? When you go to Ezekiel 21:4, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai cut the righteous and the wicked. Okay? So Joel chapter 3, verse Joel chapter 3, verse 3 to 6, it says, and they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for a harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they might have drink. Yeah. And what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coasts of Palestine? Will ye render me a recompense? And if ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head, because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and uh have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold into the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border. And look how far we are from our border. We're scattered four corners of the earth. This is a freaking consequence. You know? It's, oh yeah, whippy do. Even having a wisdom, knowledge, understanding, this is your fighting chance. Right? What is you talking about daily? What you getting yourself into? You know? Like some of us men, women look good. But to me, if eventually she's not willing to come in this truth, she's just ass and tater tots. But when she come in this truth, she's beneficial. You can help me with the drive. You know what? You can make my kids and my children smile. You can make that sister happy. Right? What else do we have? The number one important thing in this truth is the brotherhood. Speaking to you men. You know, you don't want to be in this thing by yourself, because how the hell are you going to stay warm? How you going to stay on fire? Your girl? Your woman? Really, I really know that I get on fire when I know it's people depending on me to pursue the kingdom. But if I'm not pursuing that for myself, where I can get corrected so I can teach the right thing, then how I'm going to go hard? You know, brotherhood, man, is very important. You know? And having these scriptures allow us to know, like, damn, we really fucked up. Right? So this prophetically describes buying and selling of Israelites, men, women, during the slave trade. Yahweh remembered that injustice and is now bringing judgment and awakening. Right? All nations had a hand in our spoil. All nations touched us, man. Right? Limitations 5, 1 and 2. Remember, O Yahweh, what has come upon us. Consider and behold our reproach. Our inheritance is turned to strangers. Our houses is aliens. Our aliens to foreigners, to strangers. Right? Go look at your land. And they only got the state of Israel. Yo, Yasharella, we own between the Euphrates all the way to the Nile River. You know what I'm saying? We got way more bigger land than what they got. You know? So this applies directly to our conditions in America. Strangers own everything that was once ours, like the whole earth is ours. He made the world for our sake. Our people built this land through forced labor, yet we still suffer under oppression. This is not a good time, man. I mean, through the spirit, this truth is the good time, right? I mean, if you don't got this truth, then, man, you're freaking comfortable. You don't even know where you at. You in Wonder World, okay? But when you come in this truth, you are different than everyone, man. Yo, when I'm at work, yes, I'm spiritually angry. Guess what? I'm at peace with all men. I come here to work my job. I bust it down. I make people laugh at work. Then, you know, on the other side, when I'm at work, I got my earphones on. I'm listening to the word. Sometimes I'm still listening to music. I'm still human, right? But as soon as I get a chance like this, I'm going in the word. They don't know what the heck going on. You know, stern in here. Sometimes I got a serious face. And when we out of work, I'm ready to think about a lesson. Or I'm about to go lay down. Sometimes I say I'm gonna lay down and then I don't. You know, this is just a moment for me to provide. But outside this, I'm the real me. You know? Yahweh B'Ashem Yahushai. I'm a father. I'm a brother. I'm a leader. I'm all that and above. You know? Soon as I see a Jake, oh man, you not in the truth. No, I'm not coming with that rah-rah. I'm here for the elect. I'm not a psychic and I don't got those spiritual powers yet to know who's who. I'm here to feed the sheep when I'm able to have a chance. But if I don't have that chance, I need to feed myself. I need to discipline myself, right? I need to sharpen myself in the midst of my brothers so I can stand corrected. Because what we did in our past, this is the time you got to say, man, Lord, I take accountability. I fucked up. You know, I'm a sinner. Please forgive me. You want to take accountability because this is the time to make the change, right? Like Tupac, this is the time to make the change. The number one change we do, look, message. Come on, man. Come on, man. This is the time to change right now. And how do you change? Picking up your sword and using it. Wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, cleaving to this truth, having faith, growing like a dang tree. That's the action we all need to make. All that other stuff is just an add-on, a job, a car, that's just add-on things that make you smile to move time. But the number one thing is, do you believe? You know? We got other points. Let me get this one. Baruch 3:8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse. Even now, when we remain in this captivity, though the chains are invisible, the system still bends us. But Yahweh Shema Shai is loosening those chains spiritually first. Come on. He's loosening them. They can't hold us back, you know? And that goes off of the truth. Are you really in this? You know? Because you have better discernment. Things happen, but if you're not in it, you'd be, oh my goodness, it just hits you. You don't know what to do. Then you stressing, oh, I need to smoke, I need to do this. We count on Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai to get us through Monday to Saturday, to get us through each week, to get us through each month. You know? But I got to go back to work, man. We got an easy night. Lord willing, this is edifying. Hey, if I do a part 2, I do a part 2. But I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to the one true power, Yahweh, B'Hashem Yahweh Shai, B'Hashem HaKadosh. Double honors to the elder apostles, and the elders of Great Millstone. A mighty shalom to the hopeful elect. Lord willing, y'all can continue to be sincere and endure in sound doctrine. Shalom to the Akwaf. The sisters of this faith continue to do your lot. And Lord willing, Yahweh Shema Shai has mercy on the other brothers and sisters that's not in the faith. With that, shalom, shalom.